is a story about a little firefly who didn't like his light.
Once upon a time, in a lush green meadow filled with the sound of crickets and the sweet smell of honeysuckle, there lived a little firefly named Flicker. Now, Flicker was no ordinary firefly. You see, every night when the sun went down and the first stars began to twinkle in the sky, all the fireflies would turn on their lights to play hide and seek amongst the flowers. They'd zip and zoom all around the meadow, giggling as they went. All except Flicker. You see, Flicker didn't like his light. Every night he tried to hide it, to cover it up so that the other fireflies wouldn't see him. "Why don't you come and play with us, Flicker?" one of the fireflies would ask. "We're having so much fun." And Flicker would just shake his head and fly off into the darkness. He wished he could be like the glowworms who lived under the logs. They didn't have to shine their lights. They could just sit in the dark and be little worms doing whatever they wanted. One night, as the other fireflies were playing, they saw something strange. There was a little girl sitting on a nearby hill. She had a big red ball beside her, but she wasn't playing with it. She was crying. The fireflies flew closer to her and asked what was wrong. "Oh," she said, "I threw my ball as high as I could, but it got stuck up in that tree, and now I can't get it down." The fireflies thought for a moment. "We can't reach that tree," said one of the fireflies, "but maybe you could use your light to help us find another ball." So the fireflies all flew up into the sky, and the girl watched as they disappeared into the darkness. A few moments later, they came back, and this time they had found a bigger, brighter ball for the girl. It was even better than her old one. The girl was so happy that she stopped crying and started playing with her new ball. As the fireflies were flying home, they saw Flicker sitting under a leaf. "Why aren't you playing, Flicker?" they asked. "You could use your light to help that girl." "I don't want to," said Flicker. "My light isn't good enough. It's too small. It's not bright enough. It's just plain useless." But the other fireflies didn't believe him. They all flew up into the sky and shouted, "3, 2, 1, and then they all turned their lights on at once. For a moment, the whole meadow was filled with light, and then just as quickly, they turned their lights back off. When they did, they could see that Flicker's light wasn't as bright as theirs, but it was steady and sure. The next night, the fireflies went to look for Flicker. They found him sitting under the same leaf, and this time they brought the girl with them. "Flicker," said the girl, "can you help me find my ball again? Please?" Flicker thought for a moment. He really wanted to help the girl, but he was scared. What if his light wasn't good enough? What if he couldn't find the ball? The girl looked at him for a moment. Then she did something that made all the fireflies gasp. She took off her necklace, a beautiful silver chain with a shiny blue stone in the middle, and gave it to Flicker. "Put this on," she said. "It will make your light shine brighter." Then she walked away. Flicker looked at the necklace in his hands, then at the other fireflies, and finally at the hill where the girl had gone. Taking a deep breath, he put the necklace on. As soon as he did, his light began to shine brighter than he had ever imagined. He flew up into the sky and joined the other fireflies as they searched for the girl's ball. Together, their lights shone brightly over the meadow until they found the girl's ball stuck high up in the tree. From that day on, Flicker wasn't afraid of his light anymore. In fact, he was quite proud of it. He learned that being different wasn't bad. Being a little bit afraid was okay, but helping others made him feel good, and that was the brightest thing of all. The end.